All right, so okay, I think that we're good. Okie dokie. So we're gonna be moving things here, and today what we're gonna be doing is that we're gonna be focused on checking out Crunchyroll.com subtitles. So the thing in here is that, okay, I think everything is up and running. So okay, be careful with this one. Okay. So for a very long time, and I have to apologize that I cannot talk like very loud because I have a little kid sleeping at the room. So for a very long time, we've done a lot of fan subbing. I mean, fan subbing has been something kind of like that have brought the anime world together into place. But right after Crunchyroll came into the mainstream, a lot of the fan subbing groups decided to quit, and for all the good reasons. Since there was no official support, they were able to cover all the things, and once it came back, they were afraid, number one, that they could get DMCA or that they could get a little bit prosecuted. That's why Data.bio stopped doing Naruto fan subs. And it was a shame because when Crunchyroll came into existence, the problem was that the subtitle quality wasn't that good. And what I mean by that is that we lost about a lot about the romanization of the attacks. We lost about several translations, like some of the typesetting didn't work, and I want to investigate. I wanted to drive now this new project that will create like this open source community that will bring again all the fan subbing again community back, and we're gonna do this by using Crunchyroll instead of replacing it. And I think that with this way we can avoid altogether all this legal issues and all of the problems. So we're going to be focusing a lot on the programming side of things. We're going to be focusing on understanding how subtitles are rendered in Crunchyroll and how are we going to be actually executing on them. I've done a little bit of the homework and I did an earlier Twitch stream that covered some of the aspects, and I'm gonna make it a little bit faster. So reach to the point. So the thing is that Crunchyroll renders something called libas wasm. So your subtitles are traditionally rendered in the stream in as the HTML as the traditional HTML element would give you. So because for HTML to render, you gotta see the track element. The track element is so so you know when you're rendering the videos, you got a video HTML tag, and within the HTML tag you have what we call the track component. If we come here to the console, which by the way I'm gonna change to a Chromium browser. I use Edge. I know some people would actually find it kind of crazy, but I just think that Google Chrome doesn't bring me anything new on top of any of these Chromium browsers. Vivaldi, although I would love to love it, there are some quirks that it doesn't generally work. So in here, our first task is to identify the video element. And if if we go here with the inspector, you can see that there are a lot of overlays and it makes it like kind of difficult for me to find it. But I can come here to the console and use kind of like the jQuery unification of Chrome, making it very simple using the dollar sign, which is the equivalent of common queries of document query selector. I can come here, dollar sign, open parentheses, and type video. Already did this, and you're gonna see here that there is a video. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna say revealing elements panel. It's gonna show my video, but we're gonna see right out of the gate that there are no track elements. If we go to the HTML spec, we can see that the track element is the one that is used to render subtitles.
Oh, Hildy! How are you? Tell me, is the Lord of the Universe in? Yes,
you can see all the subtitles in here. You can see everything here, and it's rendered on a VTT format. But the reality is that it is not like this. What I did what I did to analyze the very first step of how Crunchyroll actually does this was that I went to the network tab, I refetched my entire thing. Okay, give me a second, and I gave the video a little bit of playback. I stop it because I don't want to get a copyright strike, and I'm gonna be looking. Where are they? They're downloading. Oh wait, I think. Oh man, wait. Where are all the requests? Oh, the request. My bad. So, so here we have like a list of all the requests that are happening. So what I did was that I went here to the where's the export of the HAR file? Okay, here it is. So I click here on this download button, which creates an HAR file, which is basically like all of the requests are bundled into this file, and then you can expect them, and you can even share this file so somebody else, like another web developer, can actually insert it into a machine, see how the all the requests played out, and possibly debug from here. But what I did, and I'm not gonna do this again, so it's just to see. I came here to Chat GPT, and I came here and I created. Let me see. I'm sorry for taking this long, but what I ended up doing. No, it was not. Was it here? So here was more about of the investigation. What I ended up doing was that I just plastered all of the HAR files into here, and I tell him like, hey, I want you to analyze it. I want you to understand what are the things that you're actually what are doing it, and I want to know how is Crunchyroll actually rendering the subtitles. And then that's when it actually pointed to me about about here of libas. Libas is a C library that it has been portableized into a WASM format that lets you render .ass files directly into the browser, and that's how they're actually doing it. And I think they're rendering inside the canvas element. There we go. And that's why we cannot access those subtitles. I still do not know how to reverse engineer in the canvas. That is something that I'm not interested on doing it. What I think right now, and I would let like the community evolve everything, is to use this mechanism in order for us to inject our own subtitles, and inject the fan server subtitles into it, or maybe something even additional. Let's see how everything plays out. We're gonna be building in public a little bit, because I'm also thinking that if that option doesn't work, that we can just pre-program several like the time frames and time settings, and then inject into the right time frame the romanized version, or add some cool type settings into it, so we can enhance the entire experience. I think there's a lot that we can actually do in here, and that was part of the last stream. I was also trying to figure out how the code works, because I needed to try it out, and I ended up creating this index.html file, which I wonder what I did with this. Let me open the trash really quick. Yeah, I deleted it. I always name like all of my files like delete.html, but we're gonna come here in the desktop, and we're gonna come here open with, and we're gonna open with cursor. Okay, let's let for us to load, and I'm also gonna open it with Firefox, which is the browser that I use. Okay, I think that the video height is gonna be very big. I remember that. Yeah, I did that. Just put it like a max height of what? There, no. 20 RAM. Nah, just put it like in dBH. 60 dBH. I think this should work. Yeah, that works. 60%. There we go back, and if I come here, wait, big bug burning. just to let you know, I one of these demo movies, so it's okay. The point in here is that I want to use the entire lib as Wasm. The only problem that I'm seeing right now is that I don't know, and that's why I was looking at unpackage. I remember because I don't want to use like any bundler to actually render those things. And let me see if these are going to work. Because I told ChatGPT, hey, create me an unpackage URL for the following. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna come to script tag, I'm gonna put it in here at the bottom of the body. Source. One thing that you want to do, always want to do, is you want to include a hash file, a hash for the JavaScript that you're using, because that way you prevent it from getting modified. And that has happened quite recently, especially with the npm hijacking that we had. Well, not hijacking, but you know, like one of those packages got compromised because the owner fell for a phishing scam, which, to be honest, anybody can actually fall for it if you are on the wrong mindset at the wrong time. Damn, you're gone. You would be gone. I've fallen for quite a few, and I consider myself like a little bit tech savvy. So we got all of this. I need to test if these scripts are actually going to work, and for that I'm going to refresh. An invalid literal string, lockdown install. The problem with all of this crap is that I never know. Yeah, there you go. Time application was a mismatch. No sniff. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if this will be able to actually run through the file by itself, but we're gonna try to see if we can use a web server for this. VS Code has a fabulous extension. I don't remember. Hey, come on. Don't fall on me. Visual Studio Code. By the way, I'm using Vmotions just in case you see something kind of crazy going on with the entire movement of the file. Do I have? I don't think I have. It's live server, right? That's the one. So okay, live server. So yeah, I do have it installed in here. I'm gonna open it. It's, I think it was ALTLO, right? No, but for that, yeah, for that I need to open the folder. Open folder. Yeah, the desktop's gonna work. It's probably gonna ask me for permissions, or that won't. Okay, now I can actually run. Open with live server, and now I have it in here. Now I can see. I close this one so I don't get confused. F12, and I'm still getting the no sniff mismatch. It's time to debug, because okay, I'm gonna use ChatGPT. I don't want to use cursor so it will eat my tokens. So I'm just gonna paste the entire thing. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna say, you're an expert in Wasm, local development, and HTML. I'm currently, no, wait, it already has, wait a minute. I just need to find the unpackage URL creation and say, I've already created this HTML that try to include these JavaScripts, but I'm currently receiving the following error. HTML error. I know that Gemini can now, and I think that Copilot as well can now debug directly from the console, which is so much better. And we're gonna try seeing how it actually goes, because generally this kind of reminds me of course, but that usually happens because the server expects you from having from matching the actual URL that it's coming from. Another theory that I have is that this may expect you to have, although it doesn't make sense for you to have HTTPS. I don't think it has, but the browser with libsass allows you only include the main JS with script. The working JS are loaded by the library, not a separate script tags. Remove the wasm script tag. Oh, I did include it. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this. Let me see. So this one should actually download the file. Okay, the file we can try to download. I'm gonna create all. Let me see. Oh, it wait, is it WebSocket? Oh, it did. So the way that I can see if it actually loaded is because I can use the window and the window global variable, which is the global variable of everything, and I can see the subtitle octopus is actually loaded, and we can see in here that it actually worked. And let me see. Okay, so it says like to start using subtitles octopus, you only need to instantiate a new instance of subtitles octopus and specify its options. Note something really important. I love to use all this generative AI, large language models, and everything, but when I'm learning about stuff, I want to turn it off. That's why I already have like VS Code. And if you see, if you go very with all of the details and everything, I have Copilot disabled as well, because I want, first of all, I'm not paying for Copilot, and second, I do still have like the free tier, but I don't want to use it because I'm learning things. And okay, and I need to understand everything that's happening before I do anything. Okay, so here we have those subtitles octopus, and okay, script tags are actually blocking, so that means that it will not finish. My script tag underneath is gonna work. So I'm just gonna create, just for separation reasons, I can just include everything into known stream tags, but it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna create the options variable. Okay, I'll need like an example subtitle files. Okie dokie. Okay. All right. And the thing is that, huh. Okay, let me create. I'm gonna create a new folder called static, and I'm gonna, even if you don't believe it, I got in my Dropbox. I think. Let me see, because I used to be part of a Fansubbing group called Hatsuyuki, and I ended up helping translate a lot of. Okay, let me see. I think I got this. I'm gonna just create one of my old Inner Bleach folders. I used to run a site called innerbleach.com, and I remember that I'm gonna download a sub as well. Is it available for Mac? I don't remember. Well, I never used Mac OS. Oh yeah, it is. So I'm just gonna download it. I hope it actually works. And I love to put it in a temporary file because I have a lot of crap installed in the computer. I love Windows, by the way. I can have it because I'm running it also in parallel. So I used to run a site like back in the day, like around 2010, a site called innerbleach.com. And I remember that I used, at the time, I remember there was like some filler episodes from the saga. Dude, I forgot everything now. but it was like from episode 168 to 176, I think it was, that it was like fully filler. And at that time, like the two fan servers, which was Element and SGKK, they did not cover this, and there was no high definition besides like the horrible subs rip from Crunchyroll. So I ended up creating the subtitles and like enhancing like all of these things, and enhancing by using the romanized version, adding some colors to it. It was very simple, and I'm creating this file, so I'm gonna have it in here. What we want to do right now is to see if the subtitles are actually loading and they're working, and they're not gonna be synced or anything. But I want to open it in Agisub since. Oh, okay, right. So I'm gonna come in here. I'm using a program called Alfred for launching and handling a lot of things. Try to do quite my couple movements, couple of improvements and systemizations that it makes the flow much better. So I just recently installed Agisub. I'm going to make it to show up, and we're gonna wait for it. Do you want Agisub to check for updates whenever it starts? I'm gonna give it a yes. Oh wow, the Mac UI is so different. It's the first time opening in here. It is very different. Anyways, so I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna go into the ASS file. I want to drop it. And no, I don't have my audio file. It's been a while, man. Oh man, it's been a while. So here it is. I'm just gonna make it. How can I duplicate this? I don't know any of the commands in here. So this is what I'm gonna do. Oh man, I used to. Dude, this has been so long since I've tried doing all of this. Inner Bleach Narcissism. Testing the S file inside the video tag. So I'm gonna save it. Also gonna rename it. I think this is the style. Oh man, dude, I barely remember. Oh wow, the Narcissism font. Yeah, this brings me a lot of memories. This brings me a lot of memories. I've been focusing now on building startups. Like whenever I started like Inner Bleach, it was only for the excuse of me finding something that I really liked and blending it together with something that I could actually learn, so I could continue learning about programming. Because for me, like, I ended up programming not because it caught my attention, but because I wanted to prove a high school teacher wrong. And put everything in lowercase, and just let me just try it out to see if this actually works. I'm gonna see something that I've learned, because I mostly learned this by myself. Well, mostly learned everything by myself. So for a few couple classes, that when we don't know anything, you want to try out with very, very, very small things. So right now, I don't know if the behavior of live server actually maps the entire localhost 5550 to my entire directory. My thoughts and my initial impressions are that yes. So I'm gonna come in here and static, and if I click in here, yeah, it actually renders. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna come here, copy link, just an FYI, and it should download. Yeah, there we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. This is cool. Okay, this is cool. It's pretty cool. So that means if I come here and I replace it, I've lost so many hours with crap like this. Oh man, dude, I gotta make it work better with the registry with Vim. I have like a blend, sub URL, fonts, not required a font already included in build. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if this is gonna work. Into assembly based file, libs.jss worker.js. The thing is that what I don't know. Let me see. Here are examples from GitHub. One thing that I didn't know is that looking at the source code and understanding how the source code works was going to be one of the best abilities or skill sets that you could develop for almost anything. Engineering has a magical power into it that whenever you look at examples and you try to understand how things work, your learning just skyrockets. That's why I love all the large language models, because you can ask them very specific questions. You can tweak them. You can go into different examples. You can tell it to generate a lot of things. It is a shame when it hallucinates, because the the really danger of LLMs when you're learning is when you learn the wrong thing, and you end up learning the I mean a wrong lesson, in the sense that it teaches you something that it isn't true, or that it just came up with, and that is very dangerous. But fortunately, the models have become much better, and when there are things that are already proven, and you already have like track record for a couple of years, like the basics of JavaScript, basics of Go, some Rust code, it can actually explain to you and generate a lot of things that 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 will help you understand better. So in here it says JavaScript subtitle octopus, but isn't there like an example? I think, let me see. So one thing that I loved on GitHub was the VS Code integration. So whenever you're in the main directory, you want to press the dot button, and it will actually launch the github.dev. If you can see, it only changes the top level domain from the .com to .dev, and now you can inspect all of the code. And this is so powerful because you can use advanced search and see for yourself. And if you want to just jump around files, you can do it. So I'm just trying to see. Okay, if media element.html, I have no idea. I think this is going to be, yep. So what I want to, okay, here is the assets, right? It says JS. Well, there we go. Subtitle octopus worker.js. The thing is that I have no idea. I have no idea if these are required. So, you know what? I'm just gonna come in here. Don't know where to render. You should give video or canvas in options. All right. So I didn't pass the video. I did pass the video. It's a query selector, right? No, it's not a query selector. Query selector. Was this cursor? Tell me this was cursor. Yeah, I think this was cursor. Okay. Okay. Oh, good. So I'm gonna come in here. Let me see the worker error. Error target worker. Error worker error object event. And what are you actually telling me? Worker error, error, but I don't see anything in here. Okay, so I'm just gonna assume that I do require those files and that it's actually blowing up because I don't have them. So I'm gonna come, I have in here, I have like a bunch of gazillion things. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna specify, because another technique that we can use whenever you're debugging is that you can bring in the entire example, try to run the example, then tweak it a little bit to see how it actually works. And I'm just going subtitle octopus workers.js. You know what? I'm just gonna bring everything in. It says about something about copyright. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Having all of the people that have collaborated. I should definitely include them in the reason. So I'm gonna create a static. I'm just gonna put JS in here. Put everything in. Oh, I totally forgot. My bad. I am going to duplicate the tab. I think. Wait. Then I'm just gonna put it github.com. I think I can just copy the entire URL. This is the same thing, right? Just ends input .git, right? So I'm gonna come in here, go into my documents folder, or actually no, I don't want to litter anything. I'm gonna come in here, services, open tab, new warp tab in here. I'm gonna do git clone, paste. So I'm gonna create open JavaScript octopus. It's gonna open my finder, gonna close in here, and I'm gonna come to assets. Nope. Nope. Where was this? Wasn't it in assets? Yeah, it was in JS. Okay, I'm just gonna find it. Subtitles octopus. Or wait, do I have? This is probably because I have a different tree. It probably is. Can I check out GH pages? Let me see if I can do this. Because I think so. Probably it's because it's git clone. No. cd javascript git check out GH pages. So now I should probably have. I'm gonna copy it. It's gonna copy the file in here. Gonna replace the file, and I'm gonna say, because I have no idea what the WASM files are. I really don't. Worker URL. So I have the says to the WebAssembly file static JS. You come in here, delete this sub. Okay, give me a second. Let's see how they did it. How they did it. Oh, so that's how they changed drag. Interesting. Yeah, so they're using the subtitle workers JS file. Apparently they re-render the entire instance. Octopus worker legacy. So So let's see if this actually works. I have no idea. If this doesn't work, then okay, we still have like the width and height for resize. I think that what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna copy the entire thing. I'm just gonna do it and just forget about everything else. And guys, I'm gonna stop the stream. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go to the restroom really quick. Oh god. And I even forgot about this. About what we're actually doing. This is what we're actually doing. Ooh, man. Hopefully I can do this really fast. I'll be right back. Oh, I'll be back. So I'm back. We're back. We're back. Now. Okay, I'm back. So we were on trying to identify how to make this work. And I'm gonna come in here. Mm-hmm. Media element and player. Are they using jQuery? Are they using jQuery? They're using jQuery. Jesus Christ, I can't believe this thing. Subtitles Octopus. It's the entire JavaScript file, right? Yeah. You know what? Let me just try running this thing directly. Trying the media element. Okay, where's the multi-track? Because there was this thing in here. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Media element. Let me open it here. How does this work? Success. Changing track. Captions change. But I don't see any captions changing. How should I change the thing? I've never used media element and player, man. I may also open this in oh, I already got this open in live server, so it'll be localhost. Wait, come here, JavaScript subtitles octopus. Let's see the HTML5 native player. Hey, there you go. Okay, so the native file example is the one that I need to look for. I could just have looked for it directly. So they still have jQuery. Unload. Let's do this. So they define a new function. I don't need to define that. Octopus instance. Yeah, I think that's the one that actually opens it. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna click here in the delete. And I'm just gonna try first of all these two things. Okay, so now I should be able to actually load into the delete.html, which is in here. I think I saw it. it kind of rendered, right? But I don't think it worked. Oh, it did work. There you go. There you go. Okay, so we already know that it actually loaded. That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm gonna come in here into Visual Studio Code. 1080 of HTML, and I wonder what happens if I omit the fonts. I think it did work. It still works, right? Because error. Okay. We're getting close, my friends. We're getting close. So, is this cursor? Is this vehicle? Oh, close. Okay. So that was the first test. Okay. So my second test would be to use the subtitles. No. I'm just gonna put subtitles. Subtitles. And then I'm just gonna come in here, say static subtitles. And just gonna come in here and see if it actually loads. Okay, it actually loads. It actually loads. So now that I got that, my next step should be to render this thing within the Crunchyroll stream. And I know that they have Subtitle Octopus, but they have it. If I click here in the window, give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I'm sorry for all the noise. And because I have like a video feed running on, I'm just going to disable the sound. Okay, so let me see the window option to see if they have Subtitle Octopus Ethereum. What the hell is Ethereum in here? Why the hell is there an Ethereum object? No, I don't think Subtitle Octopus is actually defined. Doesn't seem like it. So I'm just gonna include it. I really don't know a lot about extensions, so I'm gonna do a little bit of vibe coding. I'm gonna come in here, documents. So I'm gonna come to programming, and it should be Subarashi. And I'm gonna use it. This time I'm gonna open a cursor. And here. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use Claude Code. I'm gonna close the chat. And okay. So it's going to be, sorry, my prompt. Okay, I'm gonna say you are an expert in Google Chrome and Firefox extensions using Manifest v3. Let me see with the VS Code. I don't remember if it can access like all these files, but Can it actually access it? So if I say copy relative path. No. I'm gonna create a plan mode. Add there. I don't know if it's because of the interface. You know what? If you guys know anything better, please let me know. I'm just gonna copy these things. I'm gonna copy it, come in here. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's this thing, and let me see, delete.html. Yeah, I'm that lazy. Okay, so Jesus Christ, why is this thing still like doing all the sounds? Notifications. Okay. Curly has a just so it doesn't screw it over. I'm just gonna delete everything else. Util.js, there's no need for this. CSS, Bootstrap, I don't need Bootstrap. Man, this brings me back a lot of things. Static JS. Yeah, I think thinking hard should work. So I want the project to be created TypeScript. And no, keep planning. I want the project to be created in TypeScript and inside this current working directory. Can delete all of the no, I'm not gonna ask them to delete them. This is your base Chrome extension. Wandering. Metadata permission, host permission, all URLs. Well, actually, it's going to be because I really don't know. I gotta go for over the documentation, but I want to have like an example working. So the TS config should be 2023 at least. I don't want to go anything lower. Yes, manually. No. No, keep planning. Use TypeScript B2023. Only Crunchyroll.com. Okay, guys, I'm thinking that I'll have to end this live stream pretty soon. But I'm gonna leave this do its work. Let's see how it actually works. Yes, and now to accept. So now it's going to be loading all the things. I'll be right back. Torto. No. Vamos para el stream. Guys, I gotta close. We'll be back.